Greetings, ladies and germs. The greatest goblin that ever lived is here for a Midtown Comics stash here on my blugoblinX channel. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Got a stack here. I am way late on doing this. I was meaning to do this a while back, but stuff kept happening. I've been working overtime. Not to mention, I just recently, as I am filming this, yesterday I got another stash of books from Midtown Comics from my bro, TheMtVernonKid, in the mail. So now I gotta get to that after I review these. Got all kinds of stuff. Got Marvel and DC in here, of course, but I also got some stuff from like Image, Dynamite, Dark Horse, and other indie titles in here. This was a pretty good stash in my honest opinion. Now some of these are quite old. Some of them are older than you think. But yeah, let's just run through these and I'll just tell you my honest thoughts about them. We're going to start with DC. The one DC I got in here, it's a one-shot. Batman Arkham Knight, the Robin special. Peter Tomasi does the writing in here. You got Roca on the artwork in here. This was actually pretty good. This is told in the Arkham Asylum universe or whatever, the Arkham Gaming universe or whatever you want to call it. In here, it's Tim Drake as Robin in here, and it seems like he's still in his rookie days, excuse me, because you see him as Robin. He's doing training, he's fighting crime and everything. Yet at the same time, he keeps going on and on. There's a running gag in here. It's not really a gag, but there's a running gag in here that he keeps saying, "I can't wait till I finally start working with Batman." You know, it's kind of still like he's still in his training phase, and so to speak. I don't know. It's not flat out said that that's what this is, but it's kind of it's definitely implied. But it's like he keeps getting told, "You're not ready. You're not ready." But I thought, as a Tim Drake showcasing, I thought this was actually pretty good. Not bad. Of course, I don't know what to fully think about it since I am not playing the Arkham Knight game, nor am I going to, because I can't afford any of the right now. I can't afford any of the consoles that this game is on. So Arkham Knight's probably going to be that one Batman Arkham related game that I'm probably not going to be playing out of sheer financial incapabilities. But this was actually pretty good. I really did like it. Not too much to harp on, not too much to nitpick about. I mean, it was just a really good book. Going to Marvel. Alright, this is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1. Amy Reeder's doing the writing in here. I gotta say, this was damn cute. This was cute. It was so cute. It had a certain little charm to it. It felt like, I want to say it kind of felt like a Marvel Saturday morning cartoon. It really did feel like that. Hell, the title, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, doesn't that sound like a Saturday morning cartoon? I mean, really. Think about it. That sounds like a cartoon. Coming up next on Disney XD, it's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, followed by an all-new Ultimate Spider-Man. It's what it really it's really what it sounds like to me. But nothing much to say about this. I mean, the main character is very cute and she's very likable. It deals with multi-dimensional traveling and everything, and the way Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur meet is kind of a little bit on the weird side, but it's not bad. I don't really what else to say about this. I mean, I would definitely recommend this book for any casual comic book readers. I think casual readers would really enjoy a series like this. I really do believe that. I mean, this was cute. I enjoyed it. It was fun. But, at the same time, I recommend it for casual readers mostly because I've only read the first issue, but it feels like a series that probably isn't meant to be taken fully seriously. But that doesn't mean it's but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I did enjoy this though. This was good. Alright, going on to Venom Space Knight #1. Yeah, like I said, I'm way behind on some of these, but you know, I'm just reading what my bro Chris sends me, and he sends me Venom #1, and like I said, I love that cover. That cover's fucking awesome. I really wish this was an action figure. Hell, it probably is by now, but yeah, this was amazing. This was really good. Who fucking wrote this? Hang on a second. I gotta know who. I gotta remember who wrote this particular book, because this was amazing stuff. It felt like, let's see, writer Robbie Thompson. Okay. You know, the way this book was written, you know, I was thinking it was going to be somebody like a Bendis or something, because, man, this really honestly does feel like a true honest-to-goodness spin-off of Guardians of the Galaxy, because, you know, it takes place in space and everything. But, you know, I'm thinking to myself, you know, if I wanted to write a series in which you have Venom going around in space, being a hero in outer space, this is exactly how I would do it. I mean, this is good stuff. You know, you got Flash, who is, you know, of course, Venom, but remember, Venom's, the symbiote, has been pacified. All its anger, its rage, and its wickedness has been nullified once the Guardians of the Galaxy found the symbiote's home world, and they were able to, you know, to nullify the madness and, you know, give the symbiote inner peace. And you only see the symbiote get angry when it's on the host, and the host himself, you know, exhibits anger and rage and all that stuff. But otherwise, you know, Flash and the symbiote, they work very well together, and it's just really good stuff. All the key ingredients of what makes this character work are all there, including the weaknesses and everything like that. I mean, this was just a solid, fun, enjoyable read. I really fucking loved this. This was really good. No complaints whatsoever. It was good. Was it perfect? No, but I enjoyed it. It was great. Next up, we're going to Revolution Comics. This is issue #1 of Night Stalker. I gotta say, for a $3 book, this sure is fucking thick. I mean, this is like, I've read other comic books that felt this thick before, and they're usually like $4 or $5, maybe even $6. You know, this is a very thick and very reasonably priced comic book. I mean, this is really good. Not much originality here, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's another series about a bounty hunter from hell. I mean, come on, guys. We've seen that not just from Marvel with Ghost Rider. I mean, we've seen that with several other comic book titles. So this is really not anything original, but that doesn't mean it was bad. I mean, this was good stuff. And I gotta say, I love this little fucker right here. You know, he doesn't say much. I don't really know if he says anything at all, if I can remember correctly, but it's just something about him that just is like, you know, it's one of those characters where you look at it and you see the stuff that he does, and you're just like, man, I love that little bastard. But there's time travel involved in here. Really dark tone to the storytelling, but it's not dark to the point where it's disturbing. You know, it's just, you know, how would you picture a bounty hunter from hell with a very demonic sidekick, if you want to call him that? You know, it's good. It was good. Really don't know what to nitpick or what to really praise about it. You know, I like the characters. You know, if I had to nitpick one thing, it's like when they do the time travel shtick. I mean, why does the main character have to go with such a stereotypical look? I'm like, okay, they're going back in time to the 70s. Okay, so do you have to wear a flashy disco suit with a goddamn afro? I mean, come on. You couldn't have picked a more stock, cliched fucking look. I mean, maybe it's the small little things like that that really bother me, you know, but other than that, this was fun. I dug it. Going to Dark Horse with issue number 2 of Barbed Wire. I gotta say, this cover is just badass. I love Adam Hughes' artwork. It's really good. Adam Hughes is like one of the perfect artists to do poster artwork. You know, and I could definitely see Dark Horse selling this as a gigantic poster that, you know, I'd probably place on your wall or put it on your door or something like that. But this was definitely better than the first issue. I thought the first issue was kind of meh at best, you know, because like I said in issue 1, I look at this character and I hear, you know, and I think of the character of Barbed Wire. I can't get my mind off that goddamn Pamela Anderson shit. And, you know, now that I've read the first 2 issues of that, thankfully I'm further distancing myself away from the Pamela shit, and now this is a Barbed Wire I could really follow, I could really, you know, pay more attention to and take much, much, much more seriously. You know, once again, you know, part-time bounty hunter, bar owner, and all that stuff. It's like, it's almost like, you know, after reading these first 2 issues, it's almost like this girl is like physically magnetized to trouble. It's like this girl cannot catch a goddamn break to save her life, and you know, it's just one of those things that makes a character admirable, because you want to see a character that goes through so much shit get a break. You know, I mean, she might as well be wearing a T-shirt that says "My life's a shit." Yeah, but good stuff. I really dug this. You know, I like the fact that it feels like, it kind of sort of feels like a rated R movie, yet it doesn't go way overboard with it. You know, there's no overdrawn sexual overtones or nothing like that. They're not overly vulgar with the language, but you see, after seeing what I've been seeing in the first 2 issues, you know, I could see this in a movie. You know, just keep Pamela away from it, and hey, you really got something there. I mean, but this was good. I dug it. Moving on to Image. Black Magic number 2. Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott. First of all, I'm still digging Nicola Scott's artwork. I mean, you can, even in a black and white comic book, her artwork is still amazing. But the writing from Greg Rucka, I gotta be perfectly honest, this is kind of a step downward from issue 1. I mean, issue 1 started off with a lot of good stuff, a lot of good, interesting moments, good storytelling, good drama, good tension, just all-around goodness. And then this one is kind of like, you know, we're going like this, issue 1, and then we're going to issue 2, and, you know, it's like, look, I get, you know, you can advance the story, but it just did not feel as exciting. It didn't feel as dramatic, and it didn't feel as powerful as the first issue was. Maybe the first issue was a little bit too powerful, you know, and it's like, how can you possibly follow that? And, you know, it's like, Rucka and Scott, they did try to follow up that first issue, but it's like, if I could sum this issue up in one sentence, it would be, everybody asks too many goddamn questions. That's the best way to sum this up. I mean, so many questions. It's like, this person's questioning this person's questioning this person. So how'd it go? What'd you do? Who are you going? Who are you with? Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of questioning, a lot of, you know, insinuation. Oh, well, I can't use that word. A lot of, you know, it's just a lot of questions, and that's not always the best way to further a story. But, you know, I'm only 2 issues in, and, you know, I'm not saying Chris should stop sending me this if he wants, you know, just because I'm giving this a bit of a slacky review. But, you know, maybe if I'm able to, you know, if Chris can still send this, if not, I completely understand. But, you know, if he decides to keep on sending this to me, I will still be intrigued to read it. I mean, you know, even though this was this did feel like a step downward from the first issue, it still wasn't horrible. You know, I just saw so much goodness with the first issue, and this, it just kind of compared to the first issue, felt kind of meh. Alright, from Bad Dog Inc., we got a special issue of Electric Youth. That's what it says, a special issue, and it says the Paradigm, or whatever, part 3. This is part 3 of a storyline that I've not read parts 1 and 2. I guess Chris just saw this and thought I would like it. Well, I did. I did like it, even though this is part 3 of a storyline, so I really don't know how to fully feel about this. But from what I gather, it felt alright. It felt like a mixture of Flash and Booster Gold. You know, it kind of felt like, what if Booster Gold was a speedster? That's pretty much what this felt like. So does it win any points for originality? Absolutely not. But it was fun. It was entertaining. It was just, I found it really hard to follow the story since it's part 3 of a storyline that I know absolutely nothing about. But the character's very entertaining. I like his look. Both looks, actually. Minor spoiler here, there's a moment where Electric Youth, that's the character's name, and his future self are interacting with each other, and they both got very distinctive and very different looks, and I dig both of them. But personally, I like the future Electric Youth's look a little better with the red and white lightning uniform. But yeah, overall this felt like, you know, Booster Gold mixed with the Speed Force. It really did. Not bad though. Not bad. Alright, we're going to Devil's Due First Comics. And this is issue 2 of Zen Intergalactic Ninja. Still fucking awesome title. Zen Intergalactic Ninja. I don't know what is it. It sounds like a fucking video game I would play on Super Nintendo. It's like, oh, I'm just going through the video store. What do we got? Oh, Super Metroid. I already got that. Oh, let's see. Oh, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That game's too fucking hard. Let's see. Super Castlevania 4. I already got like 2 copies of that. Oh, Zen Intergalactic Ninja. I gotta go home and play that. You know, it really does. It does sound like a title you would play on Super Nintendo. You know, put it right up there with your copy of Hogni or whatever. You know. Yeah. This is fun. It's like, you know, yeah, you guessed it, another bounty hunter story. But, you know, he's going after a specific someone. He's going to, like, these bars and everything. I'm just digging this character. You know, he's kind of like Deadpool, just without the over silliness and without the fourth wall break. Just, you take the character of Deadpool, you take away his fourth wall breaking, you take away the silliness, and instead of giving him a silly attitude, you give him a smart-ass attitude, yet you keep him serious most of the time. There you go. That's just how I look at him. It was good. This was fun. I really dug this, and I like the character's look. I love the name of the title, and it was just a fun read. I love this shit. Alright, we're ending this review with 4 books from Dynamite. I'm going to go out of order this time. I usually go in alphabetical order, but I'm going to go out of order. I'm going to start with S and end with R. This is Volume 6, Number 2 of The Shadow. Colin Bunn. Oh man, this is good stuff. Yeah, The Shadow continuing to investigate the corruption among the magicians and, you know, illusionists and escape artists and everything. All the while it's tied into the death of Harry Houdini. It's just really good. This felt like an old school pulp comic, you know, shady, grim, detective style storytelling that comes with a character like this. I mean, this was amazing. This was fun. Just batshit crazy at sometimes, and I just love it. I love this character. It's like, if anyone knows, then the Shadow knows. Yeah, I just love that stuff. This was fun. This was great. Nicely done here. This was awesome. Cullen Bunn does a hell of a job with that. And I've only read the first 2 issues. If only Colin Bunn wrote Uncanny X-Men that good. All right, next we're going to The Spirit #2. Matt Wagner does some good. This is another one of those, classic pulp style comic books. I love the way these, books like The Shadow and books like this, I love the way the story is told. It really does feel like you're reading a comic book from like the 40s and 50s, during that noir period. It has that unique charm to it. It's kind of like, a nostalgic love letter to pulp comics of the past, and this was a really good way of doing it. This was really good. Books like this and books like Green Hornet did a good job with that. But this was amazing. This was really good. Still, lingering. Is the spirit gone? Is he dead? Is he in hiding? Did he fake his death or whatever? We already kind of know the answer to that after reading issue 1, but I'm not going to ruin that for you in case you're not reading this and you want to. But the two little junior sleuths who want to follow the Shadow and everything, they have a really good spotlight in here. The main villain that's showcased in this issue, he is such a fucking asshat dickwad, and he's comical at it, and I just chuckled constantly with this character. It's just very fun. It's a nostalgic, old school love letter to pulp comics, and I just enjoyed the hell out of it. This is very good stuff. If you haven't gotten this in your comic book collection, and if you like pulp style comic books that tell old school noir style detective stories, then this is definitely a series for you. I mean, I do recommend this. It's not too late. I mean, this has been out for a long time. I mean, this has been out for several months, but I still believe this is a series worth following if you haven't started doing it yet. This is good stuff, and I really hope that Chris continues to send this to me. If, like I said, if not, if he can't do it anymore, then I completely understand. This is good, though. Alright, moving on to these two books. I'm ending with these two for a specific reason, because these are the two books, as good as those were, I enjoyed these the most of all. We'll start with, and these are both one-shots, with a character that I have just loved for the longest time. We're going to start with Red Sonja and Cub. This is a one-shot back from 2014. Jim Zub does the writing. Oh man, this was good. Red Sonja rescues this child after her family is murdered, and we find out that this child is part of an arranged marriage and everything. And Sonja feels like there's something fishy going on between the families. The families are at war with each other, and they feel like this arranged marriage will quell that war and everything. This was just fun and excitement. It just definitely felt like a Red Sonja comic book should feel. This was really good. I really dug it. And you see the badassness of Sonja, like we always get it, and you see a little bit more. You see a little bit of the compassionate side of Sonja, especially when it comes to children and everything like that. I mean, this was just a good book. This was a good read. I really loved it. Alright, we're ending this video with probably the oldest book in this stack. And that's Red Sonja, Sonja Goes East. Sonja Goes East. This is a one-shot back from 2005. Yeah, the trademark date on... The trademark date on this book was circa around 2005. So this book is over 10 years old. But man, Chris, I know you're watching, bro, and I really want to thank you for this stash, first of all. And especially thank you for the Red Sonja books. I mean, bro, you know what characters I love. You know what characters I love to follow. And I guess you just kind of took a lucky guess with these two particular Red Sonja books. It's like, oh man, I hope he doesn't have them. I probably think that's where you were going with this, but man, this was good. You see Sonja out, out in the Eastern Hemisphere. It kind of feels like China and everything, and she's brought before this this real sleazeball of a prince and everything, who is like your stock cliche sexist fucking pig and everything. And who'd have thought that we get to see Red Sonja truly shine as a fighter, because about 90% of this book, she has no weapons and she has no shoes. Okay, I don't know why Sonja was barefoot for most of this issue. It's like if you were gonna, it's like it appears like she was captured and brought to this sleazeball prince. I was like, okay, if you were gonna remove her boots, I mean, why not just remove everything and just, go all sleazeball out with this character? Go all the way with this character's sleaziness. Just bring Red Sonja to him nude, something like that. And do that strategically, perfectly timed censorship thing that comics and movies and stuff like to do. Just go out with it. Get a little silly with it, but really continue to show the badassness of this character. And for me, the best part of this book was seeing Sonja fight the two deadliest fighters in this prince's army. And she's able to wipe the floor with them like that without using any of her own weapons. And it's just, wow. Showcasing just what a really good fighter she really is. And the way she gets the prince in the end, wow. I mean, this was good. Fantastically done. To all the people who worked on, to the creative team who worked on this particular book, you did a fantastic job. I know this praise is coming 10 years late, but you still deserve it. I mean, this was an awesome read. Really, really loved it. So, that's it for this stack, everybody. Got another stack to read, so once I get done with that, be ready for the next Midtown Comics stash. Please subscribe to this channel. Don't forget my main channel, Blugoblin01. Check out my comic book reviews out there if you haven't done it already, and also look for my topic video in which I talk about the DC Comics Rebirth. I'm actually planning on doing another topic video over there on my main channel. I'm just not sure on what to talk about. Thwip. Thanks for watching, everybody. Big thanks to my bro Chris, the Mount Vernon Kid, and to Midtown Comics as well for the stash. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I am Groot. I'll see y'all later.